anyways, so Brandon's out, and then I believe the tribes switch after that. I'm not too sure, but now I'm gonna refer to the tribes as like the Gods tribe and the Misfits tribe, because I think Cochran may have said that the tribe with like Malcolm and Brenda and Andrea, that was like the god, like they were a bunch of gods, or like, because like they were good looking and all and athletic and all that. So I think he referred to them as like gods, and he may have referred to his own tribe as Misfits. I'm not too sure. So let's see, how many people are out there? Francesca, I believe 5 people are out. Yeah, five people are out. 5 people are out. So that leaves 15. Oh, Brandon also got out. So 6 people are out. So 2 tribes of 7. So let me see if I can remember this. God's tribe was Malcolm, Andrea, Brenda, Eddie, Malcolm, Andrea, Brenda, Eddie, Reynolds. I'm getting off camera here. Sorry. Then there was Sherry. I remember that. And I can't remember who all. I'm going to try the Misfits tribe. Cochran, Dawn. I believe Dawn was on it. Philip, Corinne, Julia, Matt, and Michael. Oh, Eric was on the Gods tribe. Okay. So, let's see. The Gods won the immunity challenge, and Julia. No. Matt was sent home, I believe. And then after that, the Misfits lost again, and they sent Julia home. And let's see. After that, maybe. After that, I think they merged. The 2 tribes merged into one. And who won the first immunity challenge? Was it Cochran? I think the first immunity challenge was an eating one. Was the eating one? I think Cochran won that. And Corinne was sent home. And then after that, I don't remember what the immunity challenge was or who won it, but Michael was sent home. This is getting tough now, and I realize I'm not really getting to the analyzing aspect of it just yet, but I may get into it after I've remembered what all happened. And after Michael, I remember the next challenge. It was because Philip was sent home. It was I don't really know how to explain it, but they had to like jump into the water. They were like on platforms. They had to jump into the water, grab a rope, and pull themselves to the other side of the platform, get a ring, run across the platform, and put it on the post. And Philip, he sat that one out, and he ended up losing. Or not losing. Well, he sat it out, so he did lose, but he ended up being voted off. Next. Oh, and what's good about this is he got voted off because Reynolds won, and Malcolm. Like, if you didn't know, Michael, Corinne, Michael, Malcolm, Eddie, and Reynolds, they were in an alliance together. And then Corinne got sent home. And then it was just Michael, Malcolm, Eddie, and Reynolds. And then Michael got sent home. And so it was just the 3 guys, Eddie, Malcolm and Reynolds. And Malcolm, he used two hidden immunity idols. He used one on himself and one on Eddie. And it was an amazing play, I've got to say. I don't think I think I would have done that because I don't see any other way of him getting to the end. Like, he could have used one that night, and Eddie would have been sent home, and then he would have used one the next night if he didn't win, and then after that he would just be voted out if he couldn't win the immunity challenges. So I think that was his best bet, what he did. And then, let's see, after that, what was the immunity challenge? I believe that one after that, it was there was a survivor auction, and Malcolm bought a clue to the hidden immunity idol, and Cochran bought a advantage in the next immunity challenge, which is what I personally would save up for. I wouldn't buy a thing. I would just buy the advantage, because that is huge. And Cochran ended up winning that one. And let's see. Cochran won that one, and Malcolm got sent home. I don't know why I had to think so hard about that. I had other things in my mind too. Like, I'm thinking maybe the one the immunity challenge that Michael got sent home for was when they had to breathe through the bars. Like, they were in the water and they had to put their heads up and breathe through the bars as the tide rose. And Brenda won that one. Not too sure if that is it though. I think it is. But after Michael was sent home, let's see, there was the like, they had to stand on these triangle things in the water and keep their balance, and ended up being Andrea versus Brenda, and then they decided to go on 1 foot, and Andrea ended up winning, and she wanted to send home Brenda because she's like, Brenda is a threat to me, and Cochran convinced her not to, and they voted out Reynolds because Cochran was like, Reynolds is the biggest threat right now, and which he was. Like, Brenda wasn't that much of a threat, but I think Andrea was too paranoid. I think there's a certain degree of paranoid that you should allow yourself to get. Like, Reynolds was the threat. He was an obvious threat. And then when Brenda popped up, Andrea's like, oh no, maybe I should get rid of Brenda. But it's like, you already have a threat to neutralize. If you didn't have any threats, if you're just getting someone off for the sake of getting them off, then yeah, go after Brenda. But you weren't, so why would you let a threat survive because a new threat popped up? And I mean, I guess it really just depends on how big of a threat you feel they are, but I think Reynolds was a bigger threat because he could do well in challenges. He has the ability to do well, and he also he's a pretty good talker. He makes some fairly good arguments, so he's a threat. And then after that, I don't remember. Oh, the next challenge, I don't really know how to explain it, but they had to get these ladder parts and then assemble them. They had to do this like obstacle course type thing to get the ladder parts, and Eric won that one, and Andrea was sent home because, like, she was just extremely paranoid. And then, I'm trying to think of who I have left, because I think I'm on the right track of getting this right, but I'm not certain. Um, the next, the next immunity challenge. Well, let me say this. There's a reward challenge, is a family challenge, and Brenda ended up winning that, and she had an option. She had to pick one person to go like have a little cookout with their family members, and it was she picked Dawn for that, and then Jeff gave her another option. It was you could either bring one more person along, and they could also eat with their family members, or you could give it up so that you and the person you picked, which in this case was Dawn, also they you don't get to see their member, like they don't get to go to the cookout, they don't get to talk to their family members. And I think I personally would have just taken it, because I mean, you already brought Dawn, like she already brought Dawn along, and you already gave her this taste of, like, you already gave her the hope of being able to talk to her family, and then you just rip that away. So yeah, there's that. And then and Dawn didn't really like it all that much, because Brenda ended up giving it away. I don't think I said that. I think I just kind of went on, but so Brenda and Dawn didn't get to talk to their family members, but the cookout was in sight of their camp. Like, they stayed at camp while the others ate, and they could see everyone else having a good time, and Dawn wasn't a big fan of that. And then what happened? There was a challenge. They had to hold on to like ropes behind them, like they were leaning out, and I don't know how to do this, but they had their arms behind them holding onto a rope, and they were pushed like farther and farther over the platform. And it was between Brenda and Dawn kind of pleaded with Brenda to, because she claimed she just wanted to have a win under her belt. And Brenda did let go before Dawn, but she never says specifically if she did it on purpose, like she allowed Dawn to win, or if she just gave out. She hints at her letting Dawn win that one. I mean, I don't know. But anyways, so Dawn wins, and then they vote Brenda out. Which just goes to show that you should like never give up the immunity idol, no matter what, because you could very well be going home. You're never safe. And a lot of people were mad at Dawn because Dawn, apparently she made a very close bond with people, mainly Brenda. And I mean, I can understand being like, oh man, that was a really dirty move. But some people just like really hated her, which I don't understand, because these are probably the same people who'd say, oh, don't worry about being a bad person because it's just a game. And so those same people, like, I'm assuming those are the same people who are mad at Dawn for not caring if she was I mean, she still cared, but still doing things that would make her a bad person. And then the people watching still got mad at her anyways. And I realized it was very tough for Brenda, but I think that's something that those two would need to resolve, instead of everyone just yelling at Dawn and saying mean things about her. And I don't know if this is true, but I heard Dawn had to delete her Twitter because of all the hate tweets, which I think is just sad.